Hi guys, today is Thursday, April 16th, and this is your reading lesson for today. Make sure to react to the post with a smiley face. You're going to open up the assignment tab and find your assignment called Reading Lesson 416. Click on the link and watch the video. Complete the open-ended questions, and make sure to use the race strategy as you are answering the questions. When you're done completing the questions, click the Turn In button to submit your work. There are no learning links in this lesson today, so if you need to log into Think Central, you can to use the book to answer the questions, or you can use my read aloud and pause it as you need the information to answer the questions. Okay, so lesson 8, me and Uncle Romy. We're going to complete the comprehension questions and use the race strategy to answer all the questions. So our objective, which has been for most of the open-ended questions, is that we properly use the race strategy method to answer all the questions about me and Uncle Romy today. So again, I can use the race method to answer questions about me and Uncle Romy. And remember that R stands for restate. So you're going to restate the question by turning it into a statement. That means taking away those question words. So if something says, where does the story take place? We're taking away the word where and we're saying the story takes place and then answering the question. So your A means answer all the parts. C is for cite. And when I say cite examples, that means that when you're doing your answer, you're listing the details to answer the question. And then when you're citing, that's where you use the statements that say, according to the lesson, or according to the article, or according to the story, or the story states, and you're actually quoting a specific line in the story to support your detail. Okay, and then your E is your evidence, and you're saying that, this detail shows that, this supports the information that I'm speaking about. You have to make sure you wrap it up at the end and that you explain how it supports the information that you're pulling and using for details and that you're citing. Here's an example of how to do the race strategy. So a question was, what is the central message of the article? Give 2 details to support your response. So you can see it says, remove the question words and turn it into a statement. So I took away what is and I changed it to a statement that says the central message of the article is. Step 2, answer the question. The central message of the article is children spend too much time on devices. Okay. In the story we read on Newsella, it talked about how kids use devices way too much. So that ended up being the central message of that article. C states shows you that we have to do the citing of the evidence. So if they ask you for 2 pieces of information, you need to make sure that you're pulling 2 pieces of information that support your details. Okay, and you're going to start those sentences by saying, according to the article. And then here I have my quotes. The concern is that Apple products like iPhones and iPads could harm children. In addition, here's my second piece of evidence. The author writes, mental illness affects someone's mood, thoughts, and behavior. Young people who overuse cell phones might also suffer from other issues. These include getting poor sleep and making poor choices. So I didn't just have one statement. I supported my information where I cited with specific quotes from my article. Then my E is my explain for your wrap up. This explains that young people can be affected by devices in a negative way. Okay, so you can see that I have at least 6 sentences. So when you're doing your race strategy, make sure that you are answering every component of the question and that you have at least 5 to 6 sentences in your answer. Okay, so question 1, why wasn't James very likely to see much of Uncle Romy during the early part of his vacation? Well, if I wanted to restate this, I can say James wasn't very likely to see much of Uncle Romy during his vacation because. Okay, and then go ahead and you are going to find evidence in the book that shows you why he will not see Uncle Romy a lot. Okay, number 2, who is telling the story? How do you know? Number 3, how can art bring people together? Okay, I apologize. My numbering is a little off. This should be number 4, not number 6. How does James feel about Uncle Romy by the end of the story? Use details to explain your answer. What does James learn about himself and Uncle Romy during his birthday breakfast? And how does James change by the end of the story? So go ahead and answer all of those questions. Make sure you're using the race strategy. After you're done, please make sure to click the Turn In button on your assignment. If you have any questions, message me on the reading post board. Have a great day.